Jonathan 2248 and
Grapes.
Alli.
Abby?
Alli.
I thought you said
Abby.
Abby.
No, I said Alli.
Obviously Abby.
Yes, my new name is Abby.
Just like my new name is Gary.
What? When did
Sorry,
this
viewers,
happen?
if I sound weird. I have a cold. Okay, so this is the 5th episode of Random Talking.
I don't know who still watches these, but you know.
Nobody watches these.
It's
Nobody
gonna take
does.
like 45 minutes and yeah.
It was
Okay.
really weird. We got like 100 people to watch the first one, and then the numbers
We
like
got 50
progressively
people.
drops. Oh, whatever. Well, that's still a lot. We got like 50 people to watch the first one, and then the numbers progressively dropped when we made more. And then when we made like the third one, literally it was 2 people.
You guys hate us.
Yep.
Okay, so it's around Christmas, so we decided to start talking about 4th of July because that's...
Yay!
That's how things work.
Yeah.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
No.
Well,
No,
Christmas
it's not
in
actually
July.
a thing.
Well, they call the 4th of July Christmas in July.
Anyone who plays Super Hexagon, you're knowing my pain right now.
All right. So.
So before we, so we were up at our beach house and we had some interesting things. So we were explaining to Gray what the hookup couch was. Allie, why don't you do it again?
Okay. Gladly. So what
Right
happened
off the
was.
bat.
Is on 4th of July of this year in Massachusetts. Alright, whatever. And what happened is it rained, and I don't know where you people are from, because I don't pay attention.
I was in freaking Ohio. He was lucky.
Alright, so, it rained
What?
here.
Ohio?
We do fireworks and stuff, but you can't do fireworks in the rain, because it just doesn't work. So anyway, we had, can I say the names?
Yeah, just don't say last names.
Alright, so we had a kid named Anthony in our basement.
I wanted to kill Anthony after that day.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
He broke our pool table.
Yeah, just a little bit. And,
Is that why you have a
snapped
new
off the
one?
leg.
Or not?
okay, moving on.
Okay.
And we had, who else? We had a girl named Caroline.
Oh god.
We had Johnny, which was like the only person I liked in that basement that day. We had me, and who else did we have? Oh, we had a kid named James, and a kid named Jagger, and a girl named Jada.
Oh
So
my...
we had a few people, and we all did nothing except chill in that basement for 8 hours. And when
I
you're
wanted
hanging
to
out,
shoot myself.
so did I. And here's the funny thing. So anyway, so Caroline and James kind of had like a little thing going on beforehand, but they were like gone.
James is a 13-year-old.
Yeah, scrawny.
How do I? He's really skinny. Like he's like 90 pounds, and
he's like 90 pounds. And
how do
so
I put
small.
this? He tries to act black when he's not, and he's the probably whitest person I know.
Next to me. All right.
Oh, of course, next to you in gray.
Yeah, but
thanks.
So, and he's 13, and this girl Caroline's 15. So, but she didn't know he was 13. When she found out, she was really mad.
Wait,
So
I thought it was Jada didn't know that she was...
They both didn't.
I could have told them that.
I know.
Do you know how tall this guy is? He's like 5 feet. Okay, fine,
Yeah,
it's not
he's
5
literally
feet.
like,
But-
he's like 5'2". But, he's pretty short. And so, anyway, so, Caroline was like, we had 2 couches in the basement. And Caroline and Jagger were like on one couch, which is James's friend. And they were like snuggling.
Jagger was actually nice.
Jagger was actually pretty nice. But they were like snuggling on this couch, whatever. And then on the next couch, which we call the hookup couch, James was on top of Jada the whole 8 hours. That's a long... And then they would alternate, so sometimes she would be on top of him. She's a lot bigger than him. I mean a lot bigger. So, and I'm not saying that to be mean. Like, I like her. But she just was. And he's like this awkward, scrawny, like, 13-year-old. And she's like
that calls everyone his boy.
Yeah. He called me Papa Smurf because I had blue hair at the time. And,
Oh, Allie.
I'm sorry, I liked my blue hair. But anyway,
How? I can't even actually. Oh no. I'm playing. Alright, in case.
Gray, no one cares.
I'm playing a game called The World
Be nicer
Hardest.
to your husband.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's nice. All right. So anyway, that was happening, and it got so bad for a while, and they were just ignoring me and Jonathan, and they were just kind of taking advantage of us because we had our basement. This place has adults everywhere. It's pretty free when you're on the beach. And there's some places, but when it's raining, there's nowhere else to go except really our basement that
I
has
wanted to hide on Milk Island so bad.
no adult supervision. It was so bad. And so anyway, so here it is, like 4th of July. We have these complete like assholes in our basement. We can't get rid of them. They won't leave. We're like trying to get them to leave, and Jonathan wouldn't kick them out. And I was just like, kick them out, kick them out. And he's just like, well, technically, it's not my time at the beach,
Right,
so
right,
I
right.
can't
We
kick them
split the
out.
cottage. Like, she owns it in July, I own it in August, and it was July. So I told her, like, I'm not kicking them out because technically I don't own it this month, so.
Yeah, I know. I was so mad. I was just like, you do it. I was so angry.
No, the thing is, I really don't care if they, like, Alli cares if they like her or not because.
Not really.
No, you kind of do because I just invite Gray up, so I don't care about people up there.
Yeah, a lot of my friends can't come up sometimes because they have other things going on, and I don't have that many friends. So, yeah.
Oh, Alli, you have a husband.
That's true. Gray
Oh,
is
yeah,
my husband.
Yeah.
Gray, I'm going back to you now because all my friends got boyfriends, so I'm alone. Anyways, so here's the setup. We have these jerks in our basement for the 4th of July. We're sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Everyone's like laying on top of each other, acting like sluts.
Other than me.
Other than me and Jonathan, who were just sitting in the corner awkwardly, like drinking water and Coca-Cola.
I don't drink water.
No, you were drinking Coke. I was drinking water. And,
Water is pretty great.
And so this is what I did. It was like roughly 8 o'clock, and my mom was next door at the neighbor's house, which was where all the younger kids were. They were like 9 and under, and my sister's 6. So from like 9
they
to
kept
6.
on walking in, and we're like.
They kept on walking
And then
in.
there was like then there was like James on top of Jade, and like I'm like,
yeah.
Get out. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know.
I love the younger kids are nice to a point, but just they shouldn't be
It
there.
it was not appropriate for them to look at. But
So wait, by on top of each other, were they like
on top of each other.
Like just on top of each other?
They were laying down on top of each other.
This is kind of weird.
It is.
Gray,
So Gray,
called
it's
spooning.
no, that's not spooning.
I don't know.
Why would you do that like with other people there?
I don't know. Actually, that's a very valid point. But anyway, so that's happening, and then I got so done and so fed up with that I stood up, got up, and left. I left my own house, and I couldn't go upstairs because then everybody would be like, why are you upstairs, and why are all of our friends in our basement? So I'd be like, yeah, well, I don't like them right now, so I'm just gonna leave. And so then my parents would be like, you have to get them to leave then, because if you're not down there, then what are we supposed to do? And I was like, fine. So then I just kind of stood outside in the rain for a solid hour, and I think I got like hypothermia because I just was not in the mood to deal with these people. So
You told me you went for a walk.
I did. I kept walking back and forth the seawall.
Oh yeah, and then Caroline told me to leave. I'm like, all I'm thinking in my head, I don't trust you freaking people. I'm not leaving.
Like legit though, it was so messed up, and I hated it, and it was just not the best 4th of July I've ever had in my life. But yeah, I was just walking in the rain, listening to sad music, and texting my best friend.
Alli, if I had
You're listening to sad music.
I was not in a good mood, Gray.
Alli,
Yeah?
if I had offered it, would you have gotten my kayak and we just would have left?
Yeah, I would have. I would have been like, oh, actually, we should tell them about the kayaking story.
Nah.
Which one?
Oh wait, when we sunk the kayak on purpose, or when we sunk it by accident?
What I was thinking about the Uncle
By
Brendan
accident's
time.
not like a
Yeah,
thing.
no, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
We could do
So,
the one we sunk it on
we
purpose.
were. Oh, okay, yeah, let's do the one we sunk on purpose.
Okay, so we're
The other
idiots,
one
first of
is
all.
graphic, I guess, a little bit, and involves ambulances.
Yeah, we have a great family.
That freaking hurt.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
No, it
so
didn't hurt that bad.
it was But
Oh
anyway,
no.
so this is the time we sunk a kayak on purpose. First off, let
No,
me just
just so you
say,
know, this was my personal kayak. It's not like it was a cottage's, so
yeah,
I was
let me
kind
just
of.
say we're idiots, first off. Second of all,
Oh, should I read the list?
you should read the list, but let's
Okay,
just
after
tell this
this.
story first. And so Johnny has this brand new plastic kayak. Well, that sounds really, like it's really cheap, but no, it's really nice.
Oh,
But it just happens to be
it's
made
a
out of
normal
plastic.
kayak,
Yeah, and
two
so
person.
we opened up the little thing, the airtight chambers where you can put stuff in, and that's basically what keeps it afloat.
And
And
then I noticed it smelled like burning plastic from the factory.
because it is burnt plastic from a factory. And so Johnny says, "Oh, let's fill the kayak, the airtight chambers that keep it afloat, up with water to get out
What?
the smell." Hold on, this story just gets better. And so then we're just like,
You
okay.
agreed.
I am so stupid though. Like I don't know. I just agree with whatever he says. We'll just read the list after, and it'll show how bad I am. And
Oh no.
anyway, so we sink it. This thing is full. We weren't in that deep of water. It wasn't like we sunk it down to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it was up to my neck.
It was up to his neck, so it was like
And
down.
I
Good.
am 6'2".
So it was
Oh
down
wait,
a
no,
good
how tall
3
was I
feet.
then? Crap.
You were probably like
6 feet.
6 feet.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't that long
It
ago.
was down a good 3 feet, somewhat. And anyway, so we start like pulling it in underwater, like just dragging it.
And then that was like easy because
Yeah, that was pretty easy. It was just like
me and
yeah,
Alli are strong.
I'm strong for a girl, okay?
No, you're not.
I'm stronger than Ruthie.
Okay, I can agree with that.
And
And
yeah, so
I don't know what I am. I consider myself above average.
yeah, I would say so. But anyway, so we drag it in, and then we drag it into about knee-high water, and then all of a sudden these waves start coming and crashing on us because
Like-
the tide was going out.
Like normal.
Yeah, and we're
No,
just
no,
like,
the
okay.
tide was coming in.
Oh, it was coming in?
Wait, no, yeah, no, it was going out, right.
Yeah,
right.
I thought it was going out. And so then the waves are just crashing, and then whatever. And then all of a sudden, the kayak, full of water, flips over. And it starts getting, since the tide is going out, the water's pushing backwards. And sand starts pushing backwards. And sand starts pushing into the kayak. And then we're stuck with this kayak that
600 pounds.
roughly, no, it was probably 600 pounds plus or more because there's still water in it. So it's filled with water.
Oh,
and then
no, it's a big kayak.
it's a pretty big kayak. Yeah. And these waves are rushing, and we're trying to push it out of the water. And the best part is my parents were like right there, and they just weren't helping us. They were just kind of looking
Your
at us.
dad helped us.
When we asked him. We had
Twice.
to ask him. Yeah. We had to ask him twice. And he just kind of sat there for a while. And so, anyways, we're trying to pull this thing out of the water, and then all of a sudden, it, like, falls on top of me. And this is a heavy thing, and I'm getting, like, crushed by it underneath. And it just was not a good experience. Finally, what we did is we just decided to hold it, let the tide go out, and then we picked it up, me, Johnny, and my dad, and we picked it up, and we, and we shoveled the sand out.
With the shovel I found?
Oh,
No.
God. Okay, we gotta tell that story later.
We shoveled the sand out, and then we had to bring it back. But we at least got the burnt plastic smell out of it, so even if you do fail in life, kids, you don't really fail.
No, kid, just give up.
Yeah, just
It's not worth it.
lesson learned. Don't let jerks in your basement, and don't fill kayaks up with water. The more you know. Do 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 do.
Can we talk about when I swore at Stas?
That was
I didn't really swear. Okay, we were in the car, and it was, like, late. Like, and it was, like, tired, and he starts speaking Russian on the phone. I get so confused and just yell, what the fuck?
and Johnny doesn't swear often.
I swear at Gray.
Actually-
No. Okay, I gotta make this clear. I swear at around Gray a lot because I know it makes him feel uncomfortable.
That's like when I yell
Doesn't
tampons
exactly
over
make me
you.
feel
Like, if
uncomfortable.
I'm in school or not with Michael, I never swear. But
Yeah,
if I'm with Gray or Michael, that's different.
that's like how I yell tampons around you all the time, and you just get really awkward.
Oh my god, those text messages you and Ruthie were sending me.
I'm sorry.
No, you should be. Should I read them off?
I
No.
wouldn't.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys,
Oh
we
wait,
should
no,
all be-
I'll read off the list. Right, the lists.
uh,
Of the stupid things we've done.
Yeah, the stupid things we've done. We have a list.
Where is it?
I can find it if you can. We should
Oh, I wanna find it.
have shown Ruthie the list when we were at her house.
I just noticed something. Ansel, how's my store? Sword.
Oh, you own
oh
a
wait,
store?
wait, is that
No,
list that
multiple.
was like already?
What are you talking about?
Okay,
What are
you
we talking
guys, Unfair Mario, best
Oh,
game
God.
2014.
Oh my god, that game is so hard.
Oh, I keep on failing. I am. Oh, that don't even.
Found it.
Okay.
Stupid things me and Alli did. No, Alli's spelled in this list 3 different times.
Yeah, it's spelled 3 different ways.
Oh god. Build a boat.
Oh
Oh
god.
no,
Oh,
that
just,
sounds almost as bad as when you were making a boat, skateboard, or something. What were you doing, Jonathan?
oh my god, I wanted a land kayak.
Oh yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
that-
That
No,
was
oh yeah,
really
guys, my
stupid.
current project, I'm building a go-kart using an electric motor I found.
Making a Mario go-kart.
Oh god.
Please do.
So yeah, me and Alli tried to build a boat, but this is when we were like, how do we
This
say
boat
this? I mean, I have building experience now, and I know out of the stuff we were using, we would never get anything to float.
Okay, here's what
But back
we were
then,
using.
I'm like,
Here's
wait.
what we were using. Ready? Small amounts of wood, like so small that it could barely hold up like a piece of paper. Cardboard, plastic, and paper towel.
Guys, I can't even get past this second checkpoint.
Oh, Alli, remember Mother's Day when we called 911?
Read the list down. That's on there.
Yeah, that's next on the list.
Okay, then yeah. So we had this little thing where we accidentally called 911, and the police were not happy with me that day.
Finish the
Yeah.
first level!
Because Johnny typed it into my phone as a contact, and I forgot to press the edit
I
button.
put it in your local drug dealer.
I know. And I forgot to press the edit button on the iPhone before you click on the contact so you can take it out. And I forgot to do that. And if you don't press that, then it automatically calls the number. So I started calling 911, and then I just hung up right away because I got so scared. Meanwhile, this was all happening at a restaurant, and Jonathan was the
During
only other
Mother's Day.
person. Yeah, during Mother's Day. Johnny was the only other person who knew what was going on there because he was sitting next to me. And then...
So then Alli gets a phone call from the state police.
And I get a phone
Hello,
call from
you
the
just
state
called
police.
911.
What is your problem?
No, I didn't. Wait, no, what? Or wait, what did you say? Oh, I'm
I
so
was like,
sorry. And started crying.
I didn't start crying.
Okay, fine.
I had like a panic
Jonathan
attack.
likes to
though.
exaggerate things and make up lies.
No,
know.
I'd love
I've
to make
often
up lie about
described him
Gray.
as a chronic
No, okay, let me
a
explain.
chronic describer.
It
You see,
is-
he describes things too much.
It is so fun to make up lies about Gray. Like, Gray has Ebola.
What?
That's not even that funny. It's just horrible.
Okay, so anyway, so we're in this restaurant, and he starts calling 911, And all of a sudden, the police call, and they're just like, okay, we're going to disable your phone now from this number. And I'm just like, okay. So then all of a sudden, we were just like, let's just not tell our parents. Blah,
And
blah,
then your
blah.
mom gets a text message
And then my
from the
mom
police.
gets a text from the police, well, from our phone company saying, 911 has now been disabled on this phone. And it stated my phone number. And then my mom just goes, Allison, what did you do now?
Now.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
I
I'm
know.
guessing half of it's like Jonathan's
Oh,
fault.
you're 25%.
We
so
agreed. It was 25%.
remember your dad was
fault.
just laughing and then...
My dad was just laughing hysterically. He was just dying laughing. And
Oh.
I was like,
Allie,
I'm
mhm.
guessing that's...
mine for diamonds.
Oh God, this is when I broke a hammer.
She broke a hammer.
I broke a hammer.
How do you break a hammer?
Mine
Okay.
for diamonds. Wait, you did what?
Okay, so there's this giant rock out in my backyard, and Johnny took one look at it, didn't take a magnifying glass, nothing, just said, there's diamonds inside there. And, okay, I'm younger than he is, so obviously
You're
when we were
1 year
little...
younger.
I know, but obviously when I was little, I just believed everything he said.
Freshman.
Anyway, so when I was younger, I just kind of believed everything he said, because I thought he was, like, a genius, and through these
I
experiences...
am a genius.
Through these experiences, we realizes how you're not a genius. And so he's just like, okay, let's go. So we walk into the house and we get these hammers that we just found lying around. And my dad was kind of like,
I was so smart. You used a hammer, I used a rock.
yeah,
I cracked that rock in half.
yeah. He cracked a rock in half, and I was using this hammer, and I started banging on this rock so hard that all of a sudden, it just broke. The hammer just broke, and we still have the broken hammer.
You do?
Yeah, we still have it.
How do you still... Oh, I guess I still have the kayak. Well, even though it's a working kayak.
Yeah, this hammer is... Yeah, we still have it. I can show it to you on Thanksgiving, Jonathan.
That's a trick, isn't it?
Oh, sunk a kayak. We already said
We
that.
already
Oh my
shown
God.
that one.
Did it?
Almost sunk a kayak.
Did it?
Titanic. Okay, so
Titanic.
me and Allie were kayaking to...
This was so stupid. Literally.
Yeah, we were kayaking to Soda Island. And then I wanted to scare Allie, and I was in the back, and so I was able to steer everything.
Yeah.
Allie really was not paddling. Like,
I'm sorry, I'm lazy.
it takes me and Spencer to get there. It takes 20 minutes for us to get there. It took us an hour to get there, Allie.
I'm sorry, I was lazy.
Well, actually, I gotta admit, Spencer is like... That kid is strong.
Yeah, I know.
That kid is strong. Only way to describe him. He's strong.
Okay, so then I'm like... Allie was like half zoned out. I'm not sure why. But like, and then
No,
like...
I wasn't. I told you. This is what really happened. I wasn't zoned out. I just said, Johnny, don't go over there. There's rocks. And there's
Allie,
rocks
we're gonna hit
below.
a rock, and then I just make a sharp turn so we don't hit it at the last second.
You guys
No,
just
you
don't,
didn't.
Don't
And then
pay
Pat-
attention to the noises I'm making.
No, here's what actually happened. I was just like, Johnny, don't go over there. There's rocks. And you went, oh, okay. And then you decided to go straight into the rocks because you're just like, nope, I can see it. And you were just like, I know there's no rocks over there. And then all of a sudden we get...
Allie, I
caught
knew
in-
there was rocks over there.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden we get caught in these rocks. We get caught, like, around them. And then waves start coming and, like, throwing us into the rocks. And we almost tipped over. And I was, like, screaming my head off.
What? Sitting in your bed for hours. Okay.
Hi, Chris, Mom.
What? Can you just cut that out?
I'm not cutting that out.
You're cutting that out.
Great, okay. They're gonna get, like, views on you now that you're fat. Okay, Gray's in varsity. I mean,
That made no sense.
varsity,
Okay.
like, you know what varsity means, right, Allie?
Yeah, but he didn't say which sport. So Gray does cross country.
Okay, so the thing
Oh, I
is
know.
here,
I flew into the air. What is that?
Gray can outrun me
Yeah.
extremely easily, but he has no upper arm strength.
I can outrun any of your friends, Jonathan.
You can outrun anyone.
Not
I wonder if
anyone.
he could outrun me.
I can't outrun at least 6 people on my team.
Well, they must be like Jesus with Skechers or something.
Skechers?
Jesus with Skechers. Can we please use that for fast people now?
Jesus.
They're Jesus and Skechers.
Skechers? What does that even mean?
It's a
That
shoe
is being
brand.
added to the list.
Jesus and Skechers.
Making Making
Christian figures.
saying Jesus.
Alright, wait a second, guys.
How do you spell Skechers?
Sketchers, I think.
Okay. Wait, but I thought you were Satanist. Why are you saying Jesus?
Satanist?
Oh my god, when I told your mom you were a Satanist.
Oh my god, I was ready to kill you. I'm not though.
You told me you were.
No, I said I was.
This is so scary.
What?
Super Mario. Jonathan, just start playing it, and you'll understand my pain.
My
right?
mom turned around. Okay, so my mom is like a very
Oh.
Catholic. And Jonathan goes, "Oh yeah, Ali's a Satanist." And then my mom turned around and goes, "What?" And I just gave Jonathan the stare of death. Like I literally was about to kill him, and I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And I was just like, "Oh, he's just kidding." And then you were just like, "Yeah, I'm just kidding." And I was like, "Oh my god, I think I'm gonna kill him."
You like just hit me after that.
Yeah, I know. I was so angry.
Oh god.
Guys,
Building the flying fort.
Oh god, that was
Guys.
so bad. The best was the
Guys.
Yeah, Gray.
Unfair Mario.
Okay, so the flying fort. We tried to make it's pretty self-explanatory. We tried to make a fort fly, and it just did not work at all. We just fell a lot.
Why? Why did you make a flying fort?
Oh yeah. Remember when I built those stink bombs?
I'm gonna get
Oh,
progressively
God.
more frustrated.
Okay, so I pretty much
this-
just took a water bottle, put orange juice and milk in it, left it out in the covered it
Oh,
with
no.
multiple layers of duct tape, left it out in the sun. I didn't understand that when milk rots and orange juice rots, it expands.
Oh,
Oh, and
god,
they
did it
exploded?
explode?
Oh my god. So I put one out, I'm not going to talk about when we did at the beach outdoors, weren't as fun. So I put one outside, I come back about 10 days later, the cap's on one side of the yard, the bottle's on the other side, and we have a pretty big yard.
Oh my god, are you
Uh-huh.
serious?
I'm,
Wow.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I think I remember this too.
And then there was the real stink bomb experience that we had at the beach with the real ones that you bought online. Which
Oh my god, and when okay, that was one time Caroline wasn't being born. She opened one of them and cut her finger on it.
You
yeah.
caught her finger on it?
Yeah,
was
they're
glass.
glass.
Oh, cut, not caught. They
Yeah.
said caught,
Yeah.
so like the stink bomb hasn't actually gone off, but her finger's in it. It's like,
Nah, yeah, I got a cold, it's hard to talk.
No, then she dropped it, and then she like panicked and was just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" And she's
What?
still alive. And
To our
then
knowledge.
no, she said.
she dropped it on the ground, and then the whole like yard stunk. We were outside too.
Okay, I'll just read the next three. Johnny buying Allison knives. Johnny buying Allison more knives. Future Johnny buying Allison knives.
I got a new knife, by the way.
Future? Because it's gonna happen.
No, I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
buy
happen. We all know.
He got me a flask, so
Oh
A
yeah.
flask.
yes.
Dinner.
Okay.
You want me to go get Richard? Oh,
I have to go eat dinner.
Who's that?
Aunt Susan.
Oh, okay. Bye.
I have
Alright.
112
Bye.
deaths so far.
We can just carry off at the next talking video.
Yeah, okay. Me and Gray will go on, I guess.
All right.
Bye.
Well, because
Bye, peoples.
Bye.
Bye. I'll talk to you later, Jonathan.
Okay. I love how she says, I'll talk to you later, Jonathan, and just doesn't say Gray. Gray, you got left out.
I'm never getting talked to again.
You're not. Okay, I'm gonna quickly just go through the rest of this list. Us writing this list, build a stick fort. Okay, I'm gonna say this exactly with the grammar. Alli almost going paintballing.
Almost.
She went that. Letting Alli be an influence on Emily. That's her little sister. We eat a whole bag of cheese sticks.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Future Johnny buying Alli a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Put slime all over the house and rig the porch with traps. Oh gosh, that's a story for another day. Dog walking. Oh my god. Oh god, that's another story for another day.
Jonathan,
Got kicked out of
I want you to
convenience
feel
store.
my pain right now. So just look up Unfair Mario.
I played
Okay.
it. We got
Have you
kicked.
have you gotten to level 2?
Yeah, I don't know. I got kicked out of a convenience store. That's another story for another day.
Just stop.
Oh, this is on the list. Spending the entire day in the beach house basement waiting for the rain to stop. We told you about that earlier. Lit 8 matches at once. Sunk a kayak again. What? I'm gonna skip that next one. Alli licking
Why are
a...
you gonna skip the next one?
Don't
How
worry
bad
about...
is it? Is this something related to me, or is it just something you
Nah,
don't?
it's too long. And I would have to explain it. Alli licking a bug zapper while it was on.
What? What
Oh,
did you do?
she did it. Oh yeah, and I took this one off because I didn't want people to see it. Alli meeting Johnny's stoner friends. Mess up, Michael.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
We all know you do cocaine, Gray. But
Obviously, you're also talking about me too.
so I'm gonna end this video just so you know, guys. Stay away from Gray. He has Ebola. None
Stay
of
away,
you.
stay away, guys, because you all know exactly what I look like and exactly where I live.
I know where you live, but I don't know your street name. Crap.
You're not gonna.
We live in Boston, somewhat.
Boston.
Boston.
Live exactly in Boston, guys.
Boston. No, we live like right next to it. Okay, so bye, people.